Hello everybody and welcome to the last Nail Talk Live of this season.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah, the last one, and what a season it was, huh?
It was. It was a different season, huh?
And different is
Yeah.
saying it
Yeah.
best. It has been quite a strange period of time, but we enjoyed making Nail Talk Live, of course, for
Yeah.
all of you, because we love doing nails.
Yeah, yeah. And we had a whole lot of extra demos
Yeah.
because everyone was free because of, due to Corona. And we had a lot for you to see.
Yeah.
So,
That doesn't mean that we are going to keep to this format. We are already
No.
discussing what we can change in the format for the next season so that we have an even more inspiring or a more dynamic Nail Talk Live. And
I think it will be fun.
yes, we're going to actually practice a little bit.
Yeah.
We're
In a
going
few
to-
weeks,
yeah.
we are getting together with a small group, and we are going to do something funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
keep on the lookout for more about that. Of course, tonight, first, we're going to end this season with a lot of demos for you.
Yeah. And the first one,
Yeah, it was a very special one.
a very special one, because it is from Julia Vorobieva. And this last Monday, the 8th of June, our dear May it was her birthday. And, you asked her to make her, the favorite flower of May, and that is an orchid.
Yeah.
So Julia did her way and did a beautiful, beautiful job
Yeah.
and made a perfect orchid. And she showed, and she's a demo for us
Yeah,
to
a
see.
3D
A
orchid.
3D orchid
And
made by acrylics.
made with acrylics and with pearls and ornaments.
It's
and
beautiful.
it's actually also her birthday present for May.
Yeah.
Because she's taking it with her when Julia comes to Holland to do video shooting
Yeah.
when it's allowed again.
Yeah.
So
A little
in-
piece of art.
Yeah, a little,
Huh?
well,
Little
art.
arts.
Let's have a look at the art that Julia created. So she's working on a long stiletto tip, a show tip, and she created a little bit of shadow with black acrylics, and now she's adding the leaves.
Yeah, yeah. With the neon pigments, the acrylics. And she's shaping the leaves on the paper palette. Just adding balls from the paper palette and then just leaving those balls on the nail.
Yeah, letting
Just
it
let them
settle.
Yeah.
And working from the paper palette with acrylics is something new
Yeah.
that we first saw Julia doing, but it's really effective because it's already or cures the acrylic a little bit.
Yeah.
So that when you start working with it on the tip, then you're able to continue working and not having to wait a long time. And of course, it's always a matter of having highlights, lowlights.
Of course. And this is the background of the orchid. So just filling up the background with these leaves and adding tiny dots of the yellow neon.
To the edges
acrylics.
of the leaves.
Yeah, to give
create.
it a highlight.
Yeah. When you do backgrounds like this and you want to make an intricate design that you're going to apply on top of this, don't spend a lot of time on the background. Just make it effective. As you can see, the leaves are relatively big.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of movement or relief to the leaves, and that's because the design main element will be the orchid, of course. So then make sure that you focus your attention also to that orchid. And now she's adding, I think, gemstone gel. Huh?
Gemstone gel and little pearls.
Yeah, the beautiful little AB pearls. Just to give it a little bit more of a jewel-like quality.
It's really beautiful. Next to the green.
Yeah. Also because it has the aurora borealis effect, eh? So it kind of changes color
Yeah.
when you look at it. And I said don't spend a lot of time on the background, but as you can see, Julia is of course a great artist and she sees things where we don't see it. So you see a lot of pearls and beautiful shiny spots.
It's beautiful like this is already.
Yeah.
And now?
Yeah, here it goes.
Wow.
So Julia created this orchid using acrylic powders, making each petal separately, then using acrylic powders to paint everything, to give it more color, dimension, shaping the petals like it would be an orchid when it is in the jungle, hanging down.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, it's really a jewel.
Yeah, it is. And the pearls do their work
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah.
So the air nails stop and just add a few drops of shine to it. Like a raindrop
Yeah,
on top
dew.
of the
Yeah,
orchid.
just little shiny drops.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Make sure that when you make a 3D nail like this, that it still fits in your light, of course.
Yeah.
If it's too high, then take out the bottom plate and you can create an even higher effect. 3D nails were very popular, I think up to about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You had contests, competitions doing 3D, where people really made extreme nails like this, but then also dressed their models
Yeah.
to fit the
Makeup,
designs.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was beautiful.
And you were also,
Long work.
you got your points based on the total
Yeah.
overall effect of the nails together with the makeup and the clothing.
Wow, wow, wow.
I can see this being worn as a brooch.
Yeah, yeah. That is beautiful.
Yeah, the color combination is also fantastic.
Yeah, but that is always with all of her designs,
Yeah.
huh?
Julia
Beautiful.
Vorobjeva, make sure that you follow her on Instagram or on Facebook. And I'm convinced that in the next season of Nail Talk Live, also in the UK version, she's going to be one of our guest trainers, showing her beautiful designs, techniques, and also explaining the thought behind what she's creating. One of her favorite products to use are the transparent glass gel polishes, the through the looking glass gel polishes. So let's have a look at the commercial that we made for these beautiful colors.
Beautiful commercial. I really love those glass polishes. Who I really love as well is our dear sweet friend Natalia. And Natalia has a demo for us, and she's making inlay flowers. And I'm really interested in how she did it. So let's go and see.
So the crystal clear base is already made. You can do this with either acrylics or with power gel or even with gel. Just file it in shape. I'm not sure if Natalia filed the surface,
Looks like it.
but it's very thin. Make
Yeah.
sure that it's very thin if you want to do an inlay design like this. And now using some green shimmering acrylics, she's creating kind of a shadowish effect. Making inlay designs, you have to be sure that you don't, or make certain that your edges of the flowers are relatively low, so flat. The higher you make it, the more difficult it is to inlay the design or to cap the design. This is one of the Gemstones acrylic powders, which is really a metallic shimmering powder, so you can use this for effects like this, but also to create jewels or on edges of flowers as a little bit of a shimmer.
And these acrylics do need a lot more time to settle.
Yeah,
So,
that's good that you mentioned that.
yeah.
Leave it there because otherwise it will run over the nail. she's working with an oval brush.
The Ultra Designer.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking closely, what brush is it? And now she's making a little curl, a stem, a little branch.
Oh yeah.
And here comes the orange acrylic powder. From the Pro Formula collection of acrylic powders. These acrylic powders have a tiny shimmer, but are super easy when you want to create detailed floristic designs. Make sure that the shape of your flower petals is perfect and then concentrate on the edges of the flower petal, flattening it to the surface of the nail and making sure, especially there at the cuticle zone or the sidewalls, that it stays within the framework of the nail. So don't go outside of that framework, because then you will have difficulty when you want to file the nail and you want to finish the nail.
Just adding some highlight onto the leaves.
Work in small steps, and you can combine something like this if you want to wear it with, for instance, an orange or a coral shade on the other nails.
Yeah.
And then you only make one inlay design like this. 10 years ago we would do 10 nails
Of course.
like this, but nowadays
As an
it's-
inlay and on top.
yeah. The more the better.
The more the better. But these days, yeah, that would be perfect. A coral gel polish next to this inlay design. So again, a smaller flower. Leave it really flat,
Yeah,
because you're now working.
really on the
both
tip,
sides.
eh?
Yeah.
Capping a design like this is also something that you have to practice a little bit. Because if you work too dry or too wet with your product, you can get air bubbles or it seeps over the nail to the sidewall lines. Now adding some little decorations,
Of course.
a little bit of glitter or
Little bit of sparkle,
bullions
yeah.
or magic flakes
Perfect, perfect.
or
yeah.
foil.
Or just some glitter.
Yeah. But be careful around that cuticle area. Eh? Don't touch the skin and make sure that it's flat to the surface of the natural nail. And I would also recommend to do first a very thin coat of clear product underneath, because that will make it easier when you want to do the fill. And you can easily file it off. Otherwise you are possibly damaging the natural nail if you're a little bit too coarse with the hand file.
A little bit of bullions. In the center of the flower.
Oh, she's going to cap the nail with using
Okay.
standard builder gel.
Okay.
Well, if you want to do that, which is of course perfect because it's very transparent, make sure that you first make a sticky layer over the whole nail and really press it into the whole acrylic design. Otherwise, when the gel is applied on top of it, air bubbles will form, and this first sticky layer will help the gel leveling out. And of course, you can make any color combination that you want.
Of course. And you can cap with any product as well.
Yes.
But
That is really
the
a sign of
standard
the-
Builder Clear is
Yeah.
perfect. It is really crystal. It's like glass.
Yeah. And that also makes it a crystal flower.
Beautiful.
File the nail. Be
Tender.
tender. Sculpt with the brush, not with the file.
Yeah.
And then finishing it with supreme finish.
Which is a high shine top coat without a sticky layer. And it has a UV blocker. It's perfect.
And the transparency is also really accentuated because of the see-through part of the nail.
Yeah, that is beautiful. That is really cool. Natalia, follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, acrylic flowers. I built a whole career on acrylic flowers, and that only when you really focus on something, then you can perfect that and be a trendsetter with it, as you are with all of the nail art techniques.
Yeah. Well, hand painting is my first love. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, hand painting wasn't my first love. I had really, I wanted to break those brushes because it was so difficult to make perfect
I had
lines.
that too. I was in your class.
I know.
I couldn't hand paint. Yeah, it was difficult. And I was assured that I needed the brush that Pepijn was using, because that was the brush. If it was $100 euros or gulden in that time, I needed to have it because that was the brush, and otherwise it wouldn't be. But it's about the technique. And
the technique,
not really the brush.
The technique, the skill, and knowing your paints.
Yeah.
Who is also somebody that is really into technique is, of course, Julia Goncharova, and she's going to show us pastel flowers. So I think this is willow green gel polish, and she's adding a little bit of Cheriza Sweeties, which is some beautiful candy colors.
Yeah. On top of the extreme matte gel.
And these Cheriza Sweeties are color gels without a sticky layer. After curing, she's adding a second layer of petals, quite randomly if you look at it. I mean, it's not really something that, if you look at it, it's not very clear that what she's going to do. But this is something that we saw last week as well, because then she does a one-stroke technique, but only with one side of her brush coated in paint or in gel.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Yeah, because now you see actually the flower emerging out of thin air almost. Very soft, shadowing.
Just blending in. This is the chocolate delight gel polish.
Yeah.
To add some shade.
Well, you
really
wouldn't
dark
expect this design when you were looking at the second coat of flower leaves.
not. No.
It's quite a surprise that this actually comes and appears. That's the cool thing with nail art. Sometimes you just don't know where it's going.
And then you need to see the end result at first.
Yeah.
And then you understand what she's doing.
Also in classes, that's important, that you first show the student, okay, this is what we're going to make, and then we go back to the beginning. Otherwise, they don't have a reference.
No.
That's why you like to use stamping also in your nail art classes, because then your outline is already done and you can focus then on blending and shaping and shadowing. Beautiful.
That's really cool. Really cool. Julia Goncharova, follow her on Instagram. You will be really, really happy to do so, because she's really, she does a lot on Instagram and she posts a lot on Facebook. And I told you before that my first love is hand painting, but my second love is air nails. And now we are going to look at that commercial.
Come on.
Yes, air nails, your second love, but also one of the loves of our next trainer, Catharina Conchar, the queen of air nails. Let's have a look.
So she's put the butterfly masking, and she's add a little bit of yellow to fill in the whole shape of the butterfly.
And you do that very thinly, I think.
Yeah, really thin, because if you spray too thick, your design will chip later on. And add just in the corners of the masking, without her diffuser, just the top on top, and then you can spray really thin spots, lines, And without the diffuser, she's going around the whole border.
Yeah.
I think with deep purple. And now, if you look really closely, you see an air nails masking from a French masking.
Yeah.
And it's over the design to make an extra
To separate
wing.
the wings.
Yeah.
Ah, that's very clever use of the
Yeah.
maskings.
And now you can create extra wings and extra details to your design. And just focusing on the edges of the border, of the masking.
Oh yeah, because now I see again the air nails, the French manicure masking.
Yeah.
The round shape, and
So
then
this is
Oh.
the back wing. Cool, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. What is also cool is that you're able to create the back wing after the front wing, because with hand painting I would do it the other way around.
Mhm. So this is masking a piece of lace from our collection. She's just adding a little bit of around the butterfly
Oh my
for
goodness.
extra design, extra. Cool, really cool. And fast, Katarina Gonchar. Follow her on Instagram.
And then of course, if you would take, for instance, liner gel black, you could now make all the lines inside the butterflies to
Yeah.
make a combination
And the
of
body,
hand painting, and because then it comes more alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or magic flakes or chameleon flakes in the
Cool,
in
huh?
the first
I
layer, and then
love
dip
it.
over it. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
One of our Dutch trainers, she has not been yet in the English version of Nail Talk Live, but this is her first time, and she made a beautiful nail this season, and it's Linda, and she's working for Magnetic, but in the south of Holland, and she's going to show us a stiletto nail with aqua colors. So the nail was created using power gel, and it's a stiletto nail on the form. The nail bed was made and it was filed in shape. The wall was created, and now with liner gel white, or for instance Charissa Sweetie's white, creating the full length of the stiletto nail, the free edge.
Adding some flakes, chameleon flakes.
We just spoke of the chameleon flakes, and here she's using them. They're very thin, very fine.
And it's in the wet liner gel. Just stick them in.
Yeah, because the liner gel is applied very thinly,
Yeah.
extremely thin.
After curing and after adding the extreme matte top gel, then go over with your aqua colors and just randomly add some purple aqua color.
So there is a layer underneath of the extreme matte top gel
Yeah.
to help spread out the aqua colors. And as you can see, you can use aqua colors as an inlay, as an effect. And of course now it's quite busy, but if you then blend it together, you will get a beautiful dégradé or ombre effect.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you can work with different fluids, liquids. You can work with prep and wipe, you can work with finishing wipe, or even alcohol, or even acetone.
Yeah, acetone is also something that I sometimes hear people using. And now she's applying a thin coat of, again, extreme matte, I think.
And this is the glass polish.
Yeah.
Around the border again, to create some depth.
It's a beautiful
detail
effect.
degree. Yeah.
Really beautiful. But the combination
blend it
is something that I wouldn't expect. First power gel, then white liner gel, then extreme matte, then aqua colors, then a top gel, then glass gel, then power gel. Back in my time, we didn't use products through each other or next to or on top of each other. But nowadays, of course, the products have become better.
Yeah.
And they've
and it's possible
worked.
now.
Yeah, it's possible. And again, the possibilities are endless.
Are endless, yeah.
So capping the nail, making sure that most of the body of the nail is smooth, even, sculpt with the brush, not with the file. Also, this shape is coming back into fashion.
I love it.
Yeah, you have it on your own nails, of course. I also love it when I see your nails. It's like, oh.
And file nail. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, and all the
Just-
flakes underneath.
Yeah, all the effects.
That is beautiful, Linda.
Amazing job.
And for her to use these colors are a bit funny because she always does pink.
Yeah,
She
pink, pink,
loves
pink.
pink.
Yeah.
Linda, Magnetic Brabant. Follow her on Instagram. So the next, because of the product that Linda used in her demo, the aqua colors, we want to show you the commercial, the beautiful commercial of our aqua colors.
So, as we said earlier, this has been the last show of this season. It has
Yeah.
been quite a season.
Yeah.
And we are going to brainstorm together and think about the next season of Nail Talk Live,
Yeah.
because, of course, we want to create an even better show. It's developing, evolving.
Yeah, yeah.
And, of course, because we all share the passion for nails. Summer is ahead of us.
Yeah.
Are you going on vacation?
No, I'm not.
Are you
No.
staying? But are you taking a vacation of a couple
I'm
of...
taking a couple of weeks.
Yeah, me
Just,
too.
Yeah, around the house.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Just free
Great.
time.
But I'm
Yeah.
looking forward just to spending some time around the house.
Yeah, me too.
We have here our Prosecco to cheers you all. Thank you for watching us.
Thank you all for watching.
And stay tuned for the next season, starting on the 26th of August.
Yeah, and of course we are going live on the Nail Talk live page, which is in Dutch every other week with different trainers. And maybe it's interesting for you to see, even if it's in Dutch,
Yeah.
but we all speak the universal language of nails, of course. And we are showing ombre techniques. I'm doing air nails. There's a... what is Linda doing? No, Wendy doing?
She's doing a ballerina nail.
Ballerina shape. So maybe it's
Yeah.
interesting.
So this Monday, I'm going to go live together with Linda, and she's going to do ombre and abstract art.
Really
2
cool.
weeks later, Wendy, and she's doing the ballerina. And then 2 weeks after that, you're doing air nails 2.0.
Yeah.
For all you air nails lovers. So make sure that you participate in that one.
Yeah, be
Because we're
welcome.
going to make a fun air nails evening of that.
Of course. So
So,
thank you all. for
Thank you.
watching.
And have a summer cocktail on us.
Yeah.
So enjoy summer. See you soon.
Bye bye.